Past.
Hallo, hier ist Klofeld.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin. And I would like to welcome you to this week's episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21, Hurricane Debbie edition. The gang is all here, so I am not going to waste any time. As you know, this series chronicles the cult classic Twin Peaks, created by David Lynch and Mark Frost. Joining me on this odyssey are my co-panelists, Last Call Trevicelli.
Hello.
Natters Network.
Good evening.
And Aged Boomer.
Hello. I gotta stop doing that. That's gonna get old.
No, that was perfect. I love that.
I'm telling you, watching that made me want to play the Super Nintendo game Vegas Stakes. There's slot.
Oh, okay.
Was one of the few games that used the mouse too. Go ahead.
There was a game. It was what I think it was on the Commodore or something like that. It was kind of like Ultima or something like that, where you moved around on a map.
Ultima.
Pardon me?
It might have been Ultima, right?
No. Okay. This was something different.
Something else, okay.
But it was very similar, and you moved around on a map, and then when you go into combat, you go into a different screen for combat. It was very, pixel.
Was that Archon? Archon?
Maybe that was it, yeah.
Or the sequel to Archon.
Was Archon the one where... Because what I was getting to is you'd go into a town and you could gamble?
No.
Okay. So this was like that, where you would go into a town and then you would gamble. But because of the nature of the video games at the time, you could always save before you did anything.
Oh, neat.
So you could literally save before you made a bet. And if you lost, you just rebooted to that same spot. So you could literally make it so in-game you won every single time you bet.
So it's like that Nick Cage movie where we could see 5 minutes into the future. So there's a scene with him in this casino and he keeps winning. And then as he's trying to walk out, they can't catch him because he knows each way they're going to come from ahead of time. And like I don't know if you
see,
that one. Yeah.
And that's actually, because that was one thing I was, if you do that, if you do so well that you win that many times in a row, you can break the bank, and then everybody, all the guards in the town turn on you. So what you do is, if that happens, I'll just set it back to the last one, and I won't make that last bet. No problem.
Oh, that's funny.
So in a way, it's kind of a very you create yourself the same kind of situation that Dougie was in, where he won so much. They're like, go, just get out of here, because and I think I mentioned that when we were watching that episode. That's the way it really works in Las Vegas. They don't. It's not like it used to be where they take you out back and rough you up and beat the crap out of you or anything like that. And they don't have to prove that you were cheating. You could win completely legitimately, but they just say, okay, you've won enough, move along now. Then if you show up again, they'll say, okay, we remember you. I hope you enjoy your stay, but don't enjoy your stay too much. They will ban you if you just keep winning all the time. And people do this that aren't cheating. What they're doing is they're counting cards.
Yes.
Because that's not technically cheating.
Yeah.
Right? But remember Buck Rogers?
Yeah.
If you guys remember that TV series Buck Rogers, he would go into the casino and he was winning all the time. And they were like, how do you win all the time? He goes, I'm just doing the math in my head. He literally said he was counting cards, and they just didn't. They were making the whole commentary back in the 70s was when the handheld calculators were getting popular and people were forgetting how to do simple math in their head. And he's like, you people have become so reliant on your computers, you forgot, yeah. So
that was the premise of the movie The Card Counter, written and directed by Paul Schrader. Oscar Isaac played a guy did you see that one, Deleted Scenes?
I have not. No. Was it any good?
You may want to check it out if you're into like casino type stuff, because here's what's interesting. He learned how to count cards in prison.
Yeah.
And then when he gets out, this is how he survives, and it's very interesting. He counts cards at the casinos, and he knows that they know he's counting cards, but he never wins a ton of money.
Right.
Maybe 1,000 at most per week or so. And I think what it is they don't mind if he does that, because it's always good to have someone in their scene winning anyway. And as long as he doesn't try to break the casino and he's just trying to win enough to get a hotel room for
especially if he's also turning around and putting that money back into the hotel. If he's going and spending money at the shop or getting a room, buying some drinks, buying other people drinks, they'll look at that and say, okay, this guy's here and he's just priming the pump.
He's not being greedy, so they know, but they leave him alone because they know he's not going to do anything too bad, So it was an interesting premise. There's more to the movie than just that, but that was how it starts. It was interesting.
So looking at Dougie Jones here, right? They could totally see him as someone counting cards, but from the point of view of most of the people that are observing him, they've got to assume he's like Rain Man, right?
Well, remember,
he's
he
like
wasn't
some
counting
sort of
cards. He was doing the one-armed bandit.
Yeah, well,
now therein lies because then they look at that and they say, he knows he's tapped into our computer system or something like that, because, all of those things are on a central computer system. Again, not necessarily for them to cheat or anything like that. It's just, what we consider to be random, like the old-fashioned mechanical machines. It's all electronic these days, and it's all just random number generators. But if you're hacked into the computer, you could absolutely cheat, but they don't have any proof that he's doing it.
Here's a question though. Sorry, Nutter. Here's a question though. Now, in season 1, when they are at One-Eyed Jack's, and Jacques says to Cooper, I can spot a good card counter when I see one.
Yes.
All right. Now, how much of that was him card counting, so to speak, or how much of it was just he's got intuition, this thing going on in his head that seems to be leading him through the casino?
Without getting too far into the weeds with some elements of what I think could be going on throughout all of Twin Peaks that may be laid out within this season, assuming everything is just straightforward and he's in the real world and no supernatural elements, I think that's just him. Dale Cooper in Dale Cooper's world is just that good. He is a good card counter, and he probably a card counter is not going to win every single hand. Okay, he's playing odds, and he knows the odds really well, so well that he knows to walk away, knows to come back after they've shuffled, things like that. I don't want to get I could get off on a whole mathematical thing. There are other YouTube channels that are much, much better than I am as far as the statistics go, and they'll tell you, there's a huge difference between calculating the odds with one deck of 52 or 2 decks, 4 decks, 8 decks, 16 decks, and a card counter will watch long enough to make an educated guess at how many decks they're using, and based on that, he can determine how likely it is that, what the next card is, what's been played, what the odds change with each hand. So he's watching not only his hand, but what's being shown by the dealer, by the other people playing. All of that matters.
But also is one of those shoes can only hold so many decks of cards.
True.
So it's like, but what I was going to say earlier though is that, Dale's winning the one-armed bandit, but he's not sitting there going, okay, I won on this one. Let me do this one again because I've got some magic where I can win again on the same machine. He's winning. Then he's getting up and just wandering away, and they're like, you left your winnings.
And this is, and that brings me back to what I was getting at. They're probably looking at him like he's someone like Rain Man. He's like, God, this guy would be dangerous if he wasn't, autistic or whatever. So he's dangerous in that he keeps winning, and we need to get rid of him. But if he was a real mastermind, we'd be screwed.
Right.
But
all right. I do want to take the time. We are. I do want to take time out to acknowledge the chat.
Yes.
FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. Emoji Queen, Lady Mist. Tired Midnight Blogger himself, Curtis Shelby. Channel member, JPRPH1. Scrolling. All right. I do know we have other people with us.
There's been a lot of chats to go through, so.
Yes.
Because we like to talk to each
Well,
other.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that.
DJ Plain Ice.
Oh yeah, I paused on my saying hi, so I gotta catch up now.
Nate Sear. All right. And yes, Tim has a Lego version of the Red Room, which
I sent her the
we
picture.
need
Let
to
me bring
put
that
that up.
It's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Let me bring that up.
Lego needs to get on that.
Netter sent it. Let's see.
I sent it to MeWe Thursday.
We've had a lot of back and forth since then. Yeah.
Takes Lego forever though to finally make the sets we want. I noticed this. It's like,
well, but the nice thing is that a lot of these. Let me start with that. StreamYard, present, share screen. Don't want to share the sound or we'll get an echo. The tab is...
There was sound?
There will be when I share because it'll be my mic.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And there you go. So, I guess that is the... Give me a second. Let me scroll. So this was created by someone named Marielle Messina at a show that was displayed at a show in Warwick, New York. And this is a custom jobber here. They did the parquet floors, the curtains. Now, I have gone online trying to see if anyone had like a recipe up for this. A lot of these people that do customs will say, Well, and these are the blocks I used, and here you go. But if I really wanted to, I could very likely reproduce this. I don't have a reason to do it because the company that did the Lego figures, the minifigures, there was the Dale Cooper, a little man from another place. I don't remember who all was in there. Can't get those anymore. And so I'm like, oh, that would be so cool if I could put those characters in, but I can't. I'd have to make those custom as well, and it's like, screw it. But anyway, I thought that was really, really cool. I especially like, of all the things that I was seeing online besides this one here, if you look at, do you see my mouse on screen or no?
Yes.
Okay, so you see these blocks that are right here, these gold highlights on the chair and on the front of the table? That's a very key detail. And most of the customs out there I see didn't have that. I'm like, that's a real cool attention to detail. Also, a lot of people don't get that green globe right. They're using blue, they're using yellow, they're using all different ones, but it's actually a green, a frosted green. So that's just spot on. I thought that was really cool.
You could do a lot of stuff from Trimmer. You could do the Double R Diner.
Absolutely. And I'll bet that one would be really easy, because I'll bet there's a lot of people out there that have done generic 50s diners.
Or the Lego thing, yeah.
And you could look at those for inspiration and whatnot. Although the danger for me going down this rabbit hole would be, hey, I've also got those 5 POA 3 3/4 inch figures that I got from Super 7 or whatever it was.
He doesn't need another hobby.
Exactly. I could start doing other dioramas and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, look, I got so many customs I'm working on. I got to finish them first.
Yeah,
Don't show me
taking
Legos.
over the
Also.
family room,
I
my
really
library.
have. I really have. So.
Oh,
And hello to Big Al Presents.
what Troy needs is a little museum. Is what he needs.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, if we had the money to buy a whole other house, I could absolutely do that. But okay, I'm going to stop sharing. You got it. Thanks so much for sharing that with us, Tim. That was really cool.
Thank you.
Thank you for reminding me too, because I had just so much going on. Earlier today, Orville Nation went live for a stream. Curtis was in there, and PJ was talking about how busy he's noticed that both me and Netter and Curtis have been. It's like, yeah, it's what you got to do if you want to build your channels. We picked on deleted scenes for a long time until he got monetized way ahead of us, and it's like, well, damn, we gotta stop making fun of him and start doing what he's doing.
I got lucky, I had a video that went viral. Since then, I've had another did even better. I lucked out, and I got other people to notice my channel that maybe hadn't before. And starting
Did
to
you do like an
develop.
OnlyFans thing to go viral?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
What?
I told you, ornery fans. That's what we're gonna have to do.
Oh.
Bunch of old men in little speedos.
Yeah. When I was your age, you don't even realize.
I never used to be the old man. What happened?
I'll tell you.
It's playing 20 years ago. I was playing Tony Hawk's Underground. What happened? It's like, no one even knows what that is anymore.
It really is true.
But I mean, it's just I lucked out. And
Only scenes. I like that, Tim. That's good.
Only scenes. And
Older scenes.
Yeah, older scenes. There.
It's just a matter of keeping up and
With the
as
Joneses.
best as you can, and keeping
So,
with the
and this
Joneses
is
developing an audience. watch the analytics.
Yeah.
Follow that. I have, I'm developing something of a following in India.
Interesting.
Don't know why, but I'm glad to have it. Canada
Interesting.
is starting to pop up a lot now. Again, a bit surprising based on some of my content, but hey, I'm glad to have them. And if I'm branching out, then hey,
Curtis
I'll take it.
Curtis is making a joke that isn't a joke. Let's face it. People would pay me not to see me in a Speedo. Let me tell you, this joke works for both men and women. There comes a point in your life where people can see you naked and not realize you're naked. Just saying.
Will neither confirm nor deny.
What are you talking about? I remember a time before DVD when you had to sneak into the woodshed and peek at your dad's magazines.
What
Magazines, they were on paper.
You mean his National Geographic collection?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
sometimes that too. You're right.
Or the Sears catalog. Anyway.
You know what? Sometimes. They used to call that the wish book. It wasn't necessarily just because of the toys. Remember Animal House? Thank you, God.
I remember Sears. Sears used to have this section in their store called Funtronics. It's where they sold the video games, and then they got rid of it.
There you
They
go.
got
there you
Batman
go.
the Animated Series for the Game Boy there.
But speaking of thank you, God, so we got Dougie Jones, who is married to a very, very beautiful blonde woman who is long suffering, dealing with her husband's weird crap.
Well,
Sound like anyone you know, Netter?
in
Yes,
the
but you don't
case,
gamble, otherwise I'd have to beat you.
But if I won like that, you'd be as fired up as Janie is too. So
in
No.
the case of
I'm
Dougie
not-
Jones. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not fired up about some of the things that you want to get for your Star Wars or whatever. I'm still not fired up about a 5-foot Slimer.
I think you're going to get a kick out of it when you see it, especially when I have you put on the jumpsuit and the backpack and take a picture with it.
Plus, it will make a nice Halloween decoration.
That was the idea. In fact, I thought and it's coming from one of those Halloween party type companies, whatever. And they were smart. They were like, get it out so that people can display it for Halloween,
And how much did that thing cost us again?
Anyway, welcome, Mark Malnikoff. Is Jade in this one? I don't think she is, but we do get plenty of Mrs. Dougie Jones. Not as much as you might like, but we could watch Mulholland Drive if you want to see more of that.
Oh, that's
and
where
we
I know
will.
her from.
Oh yeah, well there's that. There was The Ring. There was, gosh, what else? She's been in. Wasn't she in the King Kong movie with
Yes, the
Jack-
one with
Jack
Jack Black and Adrian Brody, directed by Peter Jackson. Yes.
Yeah. And I know she's been in a bunch of other things. I'm just having a hard time thinking off the top of my head.
She shows up in a lot of movies.
Yeah. I think Tank Girl was the first time I remember ever seeing her in anything.
Oh my gosh, that's right. She's Jet Girl.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, she is.
Now I
Just
can't wait to get to T. So I
Clark
can
Kent
see her.
Superman. See, I told you it really, really works.
No, it's because it's been forever since I've seen the movie, dear.
Well, there's that too. But I'll tell you what, you can watch that movie right now knowing it's her. And you keep going, is that really her? Between the glasses and the hair, it's very difficult to tell.
Do you know what I had for dinner?
What'd you have for dinner?
Chicken pot pie.
Oh, that sounds good.
Marie Callender. I don't get the banquet pot pies because all it is liquid on the inside. There's no.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
got
Now see,
Marie
I
Callender's
always
and
liked the
that.
pot pies. My mom used to get these ones when we were growing up, and it's really hard to find them now for some reason. Where the the pot pie comes in a little tin, and the bottom part of the tin actually had crust in it, and then it was filled with the stuff, and then you had the crust on top.
Oh.
It's like now when you buy the pot pies, it's like you got the filling with just a crust on top, but not the crust underneath. And it's like, I like that crust underneath. It lent something
Well-
to the pot pie taste.
The Marie Calendar is all one big pie.
Oh,
Now, I notice certain places, like if you go to Cracker Barrel, I think that's how it is. It's just the crust on top. I could be wrong, but it's been a while since I've had one there. But but no, when you get the Marie Calendar, it's all over. That's all.
nice.
It's
Not
frozen.
taint girl, tank girl. You goof.
Okay, why is that squirrel like?
I think that's
Wiggling.
Tim trying to say squirrel because we're just all over the place.
Oh no, I see. I
Well, we
look up
need-
and I just see a squirrel wiggling his
junk,
nutsack,
yeah.
his nutsack at us.
Ah, I see what you did
I
there.
thought that was
Yeah.
a character on tonight's episode. I thought we were going to see this. I don't know. I'm just.
None of the squirrels in my yard are that ballsy.
Nate, is that true? You can't get the ones with the aluminum trays anymore?
Huh.
I mean,
You're
I guess it
right.
makes sense because most of them would be for microwaves these days.
Yeah, the one I got was not aluminum because they need the microwave option, but I did cook it in the oven. I will say this though: if you get frozen pies like those Edwards frozen pies, I don't know if they have those in your area, but those
We have
come in a
ones
tin.
like it.
Those come in a tin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can use those. Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
those are
there
just
was,
for pies. Yeah.
There was some off-brand pies that we picked up on sale, just little single-serve ones. And I'm talking like dessert pies, not pot pies, but same kinds of tins. And we saved the tins. You know, I'm like, I could reuse these. I've had a large salad with a scoop of chicken salad and
Sounds nice.
veggies from the garden. Nothing processed. Yeah.
They're always good when they're fresh.
Oh, it was Curtis. Sorry. What happens is sometimes all I can really see, like right now, all I'm seeing is the bat that Agent Boomer posted. And if he put up another one, I would no longer even see who it was that posted it. I'd have to scroll up.
What's the bat from?
It's from House by the Cemetery. Maybe I'll force Troy to watch that someday on a Monday night. That might be an idea.
Who's the blonde?
Catriona McCall.
Yeah,
Catriona
nice.
McCall.
Yeah, from
She
the
was
Beyond.
Oh yeah, it's from the same director as The Beyond. It's yeah. Oh, you know The Beyond.
Fulci.
Fulci. Oh, good on you, deleted scenes. No one else I ever talked to has seen The Beyond. Okay.
Okay, and that one's from Batman. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Yeah, he made 3 movies around the same time. It was The Beyond, House by the Cemetery, and City of the Living Dead, also known as The Gates of Hell. Yes.
All right, we're
The
having
ending
a lot of
which
fun,
makes
but,
absolutely no sense.
Yes.
but
What,
maybe we
Beyond?
should rein it in because Twin Peaks has
another stream. I'll have to be on with you.
Yeah,
Tin-
we'll have
Explain The Beyond
Twin
to you.
Peaks has a way of getting us all around the world anyway.
Yes.
So let's
do it.
So when we last left Dougie, he was standing all forlorn outside of his workplace.
I know.
His wife had dropped him off, and no one came to pick him up. And remember, he doesn't know his address. He just knows what street he lives on, and
it's a
that's
red
a
door.
red door. Right. So getting home would be, interesting. Where else were we? I mean, obviously, that's the mainline story, right?
Because we have his boss, played by the late great Don Murray, who has
Oh, right.
set
Sent him some
Dougie
case files.
on the case files, and he mentions the word agent, and something kind of clicks inside that little in there that's still Cooper, and
Agent and case files and stuff.
agent
Yeah,
and case files, and he
and
just.
still on
sends
his
them off.
mind.
And we know that there's some animosity now between him and his co-worker there, played by Tom Sizemore. And
who was, he said he's lying because he got
He's
a little bit
lying.
of insight from the lodges. And I think this is a great dynamic. Obviously, and I don't know if you'd consider it spoiled it, but I've pointed out that, but I think by this point you guys can all see it anyway. He's getting these insights that are helping him along the way. Like he's literally being led like a little wheelie toy on a string. Or I suppose you could think of it as a puppet where you could see the strings, right? So every time something happens and you're like, oh no, Dougie, you're going to get yourself killed. No. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's like the old religious thing, you know, God's got a plan, you know, don't worry, you know, just trust and everything will work out okay. Well, in a very simplified way, that's very much true here.
Okay. I was going to wait until the end of the show, but Tim has brought this up.
Yeah.
There has been a health situation that is developed with David Lynch. He has been diagnosed with emphysema.
He's probably had it for a long time because my understanding
had
is
it for a while.
pretty advanced,
Yeah.
and he just hasn't talked about it. And I got to be honest with you,
It's
when
not
I heard,
really a
I
surprise, to be
I
honest.
was not at all surprised. But yeah, you've probably seen a lot of the news bits going around that he's. I'm guessing this must be true. It's gotten so bad he literally can't take more than a few steps without having to draw from an oxygen tank. He can't leave the house as a result. He literally is, in order to continue working, he's directing via remote, which he doesn't like doing, but he's doing it so he can keep working. Look, guys, don't smoke. Okay?
No.
It's bad for you. You know, all the things that Mom said about it stunting your growth, it does, because when you die, you stop growing. That's how it stunts your growth. But I'm sorry. All the transcendental meditation and organic vegan eating and stuff is not going to help you if you're a chronic smoker
or dead.
Well, yeah, exactly. So we wish him the best, but there's only so much of a prognosis. There is no cure for emphysema. All he could do is manage it as best he can, and
yeah, we don't want to turn it into a PSA or anything, but folks. The thing's got a warning label on the side of the package, okay? And these people who, these companies who make these cigarettes, they do not care about you. They care about money. And anybody who's ever seen the movie The Insider, then you don't need me to tell you just the lengths that these people will go to. So
exactly.
If you're not smoking but you're considering it, don't. If you are, stop.
Yep.
It's just, trust me, it's just for the best.
And also, if you're a smoker, think about the secondhand smoke that you're putting on other people.
That too, yeah.
When I was growing up, all three of my sisters smoked once they got to the age where they weren't sneaking around doing it. And my brother and my father. It was just me and my mom that didn't smoke. So I was subjected to secondhand smoke from being like, a 7-year-old child up. Well, because my dad smoked all the time since I was an infant. I guess from the time I was born, I was always subjected to cigarette smoke. So I'm really surprised that I don't have any health problems from that secondhand smoke, because there was so much of it and got to be more as I got older, as my siblings started smoking.
I remember my grandfather smoking and how the house smelled of cigarettes and stuff, and how it got on the windows and the curtains and everything. And look, I got toys and comic books. I don't want them getting ruined by cigarettes, so that's why I don't smoke. But Whatever your reason is, don't do it.
Yeah. So okay, so we've got Dougie. We've got what is the other plot line that we've got? I'm kind of drawing a blank at the moment, to be honest.
Evil Agent Cooper.
Oh yeah, we got
Oh
Dark.
yes, we have the whole what I'm referring to as the castle intrigue storyline, because we have it seems we have I don't even know how to
So
explain it. I'm trying to
so after
because
after
go ahead.
after there was there was a specific time and date where things shifted. Dale comes back into our world, a la Dougie Jones. The Dougie Jones Tulpa goes back into the lodge and is unmade, and because of that kind of weirdness, because of the existence of Dougie Jones upsetting the balance, that has allowed evil Dale to still be out in the world. However, he has now been captured by the FBI, taken into custody, and as he was sitting in prison getting his one phone call, he uses it to create a whole stream of numbers that somehow triggers the alarm in the prison that he is in.
It's like, who did he call?
Exactly. As well as caused some device to an electronic device to light up and then turn into a little gold seed or something.
The innocent device.
Yeah, we don't know what that is yet. So, yeah, he's got insights just like the good Dale does, but for evil. So we'll be seeing more about that going forward. But
All right. Well, I think that about catches us up, and I think oh yeah, he was the Mr. Strawberry bit, yeah, from we have not.
There you go.
All right. Well, I think we have everybody waiting in the wings, and I think we've kept them waiting long enough.
Hey, we could let them wait for 25 years if we wanted to be on brand and on theme, but
let's not. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Cosme Link is pinned to the top of all the streams, whichever one you happen to be in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. This is part 6, an episode entitled "Don't Die," from which, from what I understand, heavily involves Harry Dean Stanton and his character from Fire Walk with Me. So I'm looking forward to this one. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
I feel like in a lot of ways, Twin Peaks breaks a lot of the rules of TV and movies, entertainment in general. And this episode really does break one of those rules in a very, very big way.
Okay, I don't know if you saw on StreamYard, but Enigma Severus says, not part 6, anything but part 6. Is he referring to Leonard part 6?
There you go.
I've never seen it, but I heard of it.
It's
terrible.
It's really
bad.
It is terrible. Oh, gosh.
It's yeah.
Showtime, home of
TNA, yeah.
TNA. Yeah, I thought that was Cinemax.
That's softcore TNA.
All right, here we go.
Eating the pudding pop.
I remember those commercials. Oh, that's funny. I'm telling you, man. I'm really wondering what happened to Flappy in this intro. think they asked David Lynch and said that was part of the contract for him to come back to Showtime, no Flappy. I mean, I'm just wondering where the hatred comes from.
I like it. Enigma says you guys are talking about the Spice Channel. I see. I'd forgotten about the Spice Channel.
Yeah,
that could be a good old days.
That was always Scramble. That was the Scramble Channel.
Right.
Oh, I remember. This is where I left off. Your hand's got to be getting tired at this point, Dougie. Come on.
All right.
That's a lot of paperwork. What's wrong with him, man?
Oh, is he inside or outside?
He's
You know,
outside.
I say-
He's by the statue.
Free country, man.
Well, I was looking at the glass, and I'm like, wait, is he inside?
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
He's not wrong, right? Where's home?
It's like his wife dropped him off. You would think, oh, I need to go pick him up.
Exactly. I wonder if that's symbolic too. Lancelot, the knight, but also if you think about his history with Wyndham Earl and whatnot, very much like Lancelot and Arthur.
Right. What's funny is the security guard is actually doing everything you're supposed to do as a security guard. He's not.
He's not, you know, rousing him or giving him any
No.
And I think he does. He's seeing him the way I was describing earlier. Like, this is somebody who is, you know, needs a little bit of help.
Forgot him.
How was he supposed to get home?
He's on a good day. He's disoriented. I don't know who is playing this officer here, but he delivers his dialogue so naturally.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like an actor or a bad actor. Or
Yes,
whatever.
I mean it's like his
he,
dialogue is well written and he delivers it perfectly.
He just sounds natural. It's not like we found him just wandering around. He did not know his address. He didn't know his address. He just knew it was a red door.
Yeah, where is his car?
She knew that when she dropped him off. I mean, you know?
Maybe they're both kind of dense.
Oh, yes.
Maybe she
His
and
car.
Dougie are a little dense on certain things. That's why this isn't such weird behavior, maybe.
That's actually a good point. She does seem to be a little bit off too, right?
And he had
Quite
probably hadn't
frankly,
eaten all day
yeah.
until just now.
True. Case files.
Case files.
Yep.
Passenger pigeon. Sorry, wrong movie.
She's eating a sandwich, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are they eating?
Well, there's a lot of lettuce on that sandwich.
I'd have thought bacon, lettuce, and tomato, but that's
Turkey, maybe?
yeah, could be.
Gotta eat
Yeah,
them
you got
chips.
Potato chips.
Everybody likes potato chips.
It's like, I want my chips.
Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, Nate. I hope you get back to us here soon. I'm kind of
these are my
surprised I'm
chips.
still up at the moment, to be
And
honest.
that lamp that's in the middle of the table, that's another one of those little details. It's like uncommon, and it's like, man, I kind of want that lamp.
I had this vision of him opening the cellar door and falling down the stairs.
Yeah, right. Upstairs, not downstairs.
It's probably turkey. It could have been a BLT, but I didn't see any red in there. Okay, oh, come on, turn around.
I'm over here.
Boy, Dougie. He's like, I bet he's reading a Hardy Boys book. How much you want to make a bet?
Yeah,
Could be.
They're still popular even today, you know that.
Yes, they are.
Still read them, so there you go. Nancy Drew also. Yeah.
Oh, hey. Overshot you there, kid.
Okay.
His interactions with Sonny Jim are just so sweet.
Well, the thing is, it's like, is the kid adopted? Because he doesn't look like
Don't
either
know.
of his parents.
I have no idea.
I mean, he almost looks like he's Native American or something.
Well,
Possibly Hispanic.
To be fair, you can. Like I used to be.
There could be a lot of things going on in this family that we're unaware of. A history, who knows?
Well, there was that show he was in where they had Halle Berry and Goran Visnich as his parents, you know, so like,
Right.
that's even weirder.
Some good chips there.
Yeah.
Those are probably Lay's, right?
I'm sure they're
Probably
a
something like
fictitious brand, but
Yeah, but they're
Well,
thin,
potato
so they're
chip?
probably Lay's. I already brushed my teeth.
It's like, okay.
okay.
Well, you
I'll
can
just
save
leave
it for
this
later.
here.
It's almost look like O'Boise's.
Yeah.
Mark your spot.
It
I
is
think it is a Hardy.
Boys.
Yes, I was right.
I would
Good on
remove
you,
the
man.
potato chip.
Nice.
I was trying to think what would Lynch have picked for this boy to be reading, and you have to
He's
think
like, how'd
something
he do that?
that's classic American boys literature,
here's the-
and I'm thinking Hardy Boys, and it's
Here's
still
the thing that gets me, though. He had a little book light,
Mhm.
and then he turned it off and turned on a much brighter light. Why wouldn't
See,
you
clap
just
on, clap off.
I don't
kept
know.
on the big light to read?
It's the
I'm
clapper.
sorry, Boomer, I cut you
Yeah.
off. I didn't mean to.
No, it's okay. I noticed it's the clapper. I remember those commercials. Remember
Mm-hmm.
from the '80s. He likes that. Actually, Cooper, when he was in the real world years ago, he would have known what that was, right?
Damn it,
Yeah.
you Harpy. He's having a moment here.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah.
Boy.
Miss Vicky's potato chips. Okay.
Oh boy.
It's bacon, lettuce, and trout.
Shade. Yes.
Oh.
I'll bet she did.
No. Hey.
He's looking at her all curious. Yeah, Dougie, go answer it.
Jade doesn't make house
Still has
calls.
a landline.
Yeah, it doesn't really work as blackmail if the wife opens the envelope first, right?
Yeah.
No, no, no. You are not Doug Jones. He was in Pan's Labyrinth. I think. I keep saying he was, but I might be wrong. And hello, Lester.
Why doesn't she just pay them?
Well, she wanted him to set up a time.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Merlin. Okay.
She doesn't want them to think they already have the money.
30.
Well, yeah.
Well, you set up the time, Missy.
Case files. Yes. Yes. Welcome, Lester. Good to see you. Live from Sparkwood and 21.
With 21.
Uh-oh. Lights mean something in these shows, don't they?
Usually.
Especially ones at a crossroad, right? Lot of symbolism there. But yeah, it means something supernatural usually. Something lodge related.
Think Mike ever picked up tennis?
You could play tennis one-handed, you
That's
goof.
why I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh.
You have to do your homework.
Don't die. Name of the episode, by the way.
For all credits,
Yeah, well.
he said the thing.
No, he was a pinball wizard. That's funny.
What is he supposed to be doing?
What's going on here?
He's doodling. And his sparkly lights are showing him something's not right. Your other pencil's just underneath the flap, dude.
He doesn't know how to hold a pencil. But he knows what's used for, I guess. So there's that. I mean, it's just...
Well, here's the other thing, too. If he's interpreting this the same way we are, you've seen those little lights. That doesn't necessarily mean anything. He's just highlighting things.
And that's a ladder.
It's not broken, but it's not very sharp.
Yeah.
Enigma says he's abusing the pencil as a teacher. I just like when kids do that as well. Well, what grade do you teach, Enigma? Or what subject? Or both?
Not as hard as we thought, huh?
Well, when you got the cheat codes on.
Well, plus he's not looking at every page. He's only looking at like the top page.
But that's the important place, right? Who is the investigating officer?
It's all the same agent.
Who is the agent on the case? Remember, he said he was a liar, and
that was one of my favorite scenes in this whole series when he says that, and he doesn't say anything else, and then it just starts this whole whirlwind conversation.
He's lying.
And the guy loses his cool in the meeting.
Well, what's the old saying? When you throw a stone into a pig pen, the pig that squeals the loudest is the one you hit, right?
I think these images mean something, don't they?
What's important is they're going to mean something to his boss.
What?
Oh, now I want to touch Sparkwood.
He's not wrong there.
Right.
Where are we going?
Went to a writers' convention in Boston once. Sideways snow. Oh, no. Florida has its own problems, but some of that bitter cold weather. Even New Jersey didn't have that. Yikes.
I'm singing in the rain, just a singing in the rain.
She wants to know where his car is. Blown up, sir.
Exactly right.
Hey!
Yeah, I know, right?
Steady on.
And you notice how much that looks like the Bang Bang from the Roadhouse?
Think they got chicken wings there?
Probably. Right, Tim.
I get the teriyaki wings at a bar. That's my favorite flavor. Maybe that's basic, I don't know, but I like the teriyaki wings.
Oh, I was going to make chicken to use up that barbecue sauce I made. Remember, he knows where she drinks.
And her hair is perfectly coiffed.
Yep.
So that's the same Diane that Cooper always talked to in the recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, at last, Diane.
Were you surprised that he was playing her in deleted scenes?
No, I knew that. I just didn't know she was going to pop up.
I was surprised when I first saw that. I'm like, oh, that's the Diane, and I really... Oh.
And I'll tell you something else. I was surprised, but then I thought about it. I'm like, no, I shouldn't have been.
Oh, another one of my favorite scenes.
All right, what the hell is with the Expendables over here?
Right.
Oh, boy. Look at this guy.
This idiot.
You don't like him, huh?
No, you're not supposed
You
to.
didn't like how he treated the girls at the Roadhouse?
No. And I don't know whose side Balthazar Getty's on yet either, so.
Are those two brothers? Because they look a lot alike.
No.
What is this? Like some.
Skanking better water.
Can't be that good of stuff he's flinching.
Curtis says this remake of Kung Fu is weird.
I like how the guy with the gun is just not saying anything.
No, he's just smiling, looking
Yes,
amused.
yes.
Hey.
We have crispy duck, etc., right?
Yeah, I noticed that too, Mark. Good point.
That story is not popular in Thailand, by the way, The King and I.
I would imagine not, yeah.
They think it's all wrong, historically inaccurate about that woman, the English woman. It's like,
Etcetera, etcetera.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, how about we call you Dick? Ha!
The hell, man?
No downside.
Right.
I'm thinking of the Pooh Bear character in the movie The Salton Sea, the one Vincent D'Onofrio played.
It's a dime.
Yeah. Who's on the dime? Is that Truman? I'm about really to show my ignorance
Eisenhower,
here. Oh,
isn't it?
crap. Maybe it is Eisenhower. I think it was Truman. I never think about it, you know? It's one of these I should know.
It's from 1979, and you go back in time.
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yes, it is.
Did he just take out a tooth?
No, the dime appeared in his
Dime.
mouth.
How? Don't know. Why? Don't know.
Tails. He said, well, what do I got? Nothing.
I got nothing.
Magic.
Curtis, that's weird. Yes. Oh, it's FDR.
FDR. You see, you can't see it because it's so tiny. That is FDR when you look at it up close. Yes. For some reason, I always thought it was Truman. Okay, well, you know.
And now it's heads.
He said, "What's going on?"
All right.
Right.
So he's a bit emotional. Another public service announcement. You know, they say don't drink and drive. Don't drive when you're upset.
Don't drive angry.
Yes.
Unless you're Nicolas Cage. That was the name of a movie. Nick Cage in it. And Amber Heard, if I recall.
And we're back at the fat trout.
Look who it is. Talk about a legendary actor. Come on.
Yeah.
Be honest here.
And isn't he the same one from the Polygamy Show, Big Love?
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah.
That's right.
I never liked him.
Well, he was also in Alien and gosh, so many movies.
He would show up. It's him and Abe. Abe was it Abe Vigoda? That was another one.
Yeah, Abe Vigoda.
I
Abe Vigoda was always old.
Yes.
Now I have to find out who Harry Dean Stanton voiced on Batman the Animated Series because he had to have voiced somebody. Oh.
And just imagine how much money you're saving because you quit.
Oh. Oh
That
my goodness.
giggle.
Yeah.
I love that giggle.
It's been her only line of dialogue for 25 years, so
Right.
stick to it.
Really? I never would have guessed. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm being mean. Dude, I'd be leaving the restaurant. Sorry, get me out. I guess she's leaving. Oh, wow. Isn't that nice? Go away.
I wonder if she's still with her husband. With the
Probably.
giggle. And coming in late.
Maybe
Oh,
he
She's
no.
still
died.
giggling after all this time. Yeah, I would imagine so.
Boy, he's... I don't like him.
Oh, this idiot is going to run into them, isn't he?
Oh, no. Bad for your
In
health.
case I didn't say it before, don't smoke, folks. If you do, quit.
Sometimes it's good just to sit and look
Yes.
at a tree, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's literally no benefit to smoking. It doesn't, make you more energetic.
Well, actually, it is a stimulant.
Oh,
That is a
well,
sad face that belongs in the paint, in oil painting.
Yeah.
So-
At first, I thought she was trying to grab the kid to kidnap him.
Nope.
I didn't realize it was a game.
Everyone's weird on this show. But I guess people are weird in real life too, right?
Yeah. A mom and her kid having fun. Just cuz.
Dude, he's on something. He's on.
Yeah,
Goofball.
they gave him a sample of something. Yeah.
I think it's Coke.
What do you mean? It's a road, dude. Oh no. No.
Yeah.
Oh!
Okay, now all y'all get on your phones, call 911.
Someone go after that car. She saw him.
Yep.
She saw him. Wait, at least we got a witness.
What? And none of y'all are calling 911.
And talk about how things can change in just a moment, right? From sitting there under a tree enjoying just the sunshine. See that? That's another way that you know when he says, I've been places, I just want to stay around. He's had his time in the lodge too.
Okay, yeah.
Is it? And a single person there call 911.
There's already sirens coming, so somebody called.
Yeah. And the fact is, it doesn't really matter because...
But if someone there called and said, just saw a pickup truck,
Well, true,
didn't
true.
get those, this plate was this color, guy
That is
driving
true.
was blonde, hit a kid, blah blah blah, hit and run.
I'm sure
Well-
that all happened off screen.
Because, I'll tell you why, Mark. Because there should have been nobody coming in the oncoming traffic lane.
Yeah.
It should have been safe to cross, especially with the only lane, going in that direction. The guy is saying, yeah, go ahead,
Well, as it is, these are the small towns of America where you take it easy, let the kid pass the road, and then you go on your
Exactly.
way.
He just got a red square.
This guy is always squirrely. He was squirrely on Mad Men. I think he was squirrely on Lost as well, as I recall. I mean, he shows up everywhere.
He was squirrely in Mulholland Drive too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he had good reason to be there.
Well, yes.
Apparently, he doesn't want to touch the envelope, but he got red squares. That's all. And take out the envelope.
Seems like the kind of actor that should have been someone terrorized by the Joker in The Dark Knight, but he probably wasn't.
Yeah.
Or Bane in the third one. He sounds like somebody should have been in the Nolan Batman movies, like some banker or something being victimized or something.
And he wanted to make sure his fingerprints weren't on that envelope.
Right.
When will we find out what's in the envelope? Season
Yeah,
4.
that car
Yeah.
might need some repairs.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
Oh, it's just a scratch. They'll buff that right out.
I found the plate.
Looks pretty undrivable.
119.
Boy.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you. Nope, there's bits. People bits.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
motel?
presuming that house is for sale.
Yes.
And so it's like, yeah, you want to clear out all those bits from the driveway. And how do you going to explain to prospective buyers what the burn marks are?
Free Wi-Fi in that hotel.
And there's the envelope.
Okay, I thought I was short.
Well,
Well,
Yeah.
here's the good news. You can't shoot him through the door. You'll miss.
Right.
Yeah, they used to complain in the GoldenEye video game that some players would play as Odd Job in the multiplayer, and Odd Job was shorter than everybody else, so it was harder to hit him.
Oh.
The hell's going? Whoa! What's he doing?
I'm going to scratch your eyes out.
Is he a professional? Is that what I'm getting from this?
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
I'm kind of getting the idea everybody's being manipulated here.
Hey, look who's in the picture.
Yeah, it's Dougie. The original Dougie.
He's got his coffee, don't he?
Now, here's the thing, then.
Dude,
Is
Dougie.
everybody else seeing Dougie and we're just seeing Cooper? Or what?
No, because remember, Jade commented on his hair being different, and it looks like he lost weight. And where'd the
Yeah.
suit come
He
from?
likes the ding.
Yeah, but I think you would be able to notice that this is two different people.
No, if you recognize his face, you could. Yeah, okay, he got a haircut,
Or he's having a good day, you know?
and we don't know how long he's been out of the office. You know,
like a
so they're
few
like,
days,
"Oh, you're
like,
losing
no.
weight, dude." You know.
He was
It was
gone
a
for
few-
3 days. They said
Yeah,
that.
3 days.
Okay, but still.
I think... Don't worry, someone's going to notice the change soon, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to know spoilers, anyway.
Right. Exactly. Speaking of Legos,
Oh, hi. Come back. Oh, damn it. Okay.
He's looking around, go, who's that?
Oh, right. Oh, right. This way.
part of me wants him to drop all that coffee. Mark, you're terrible.
Well, somebody had pointed out how they don't even carry the coffee like there's something actually
Right,
in the cups.
exactly.
And the way that guy is walking around with all those cups,
Yes.
you can tell there's nothing in it.
One of them's supposed to be a chai latte. Now he's doing the same thing we do. At first, it's just doodles, right?
Mhm.
Then he starts to see a pattern.
See that?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we know a shrink, but he's a YouTuber
Yeah.
now who's like painting shovels gold, and
Yes, exactly.
because that makes about as much sense as everything else on this show ever has. Don't get me wrong,
Boxer?
I dig the hell out of this show, but don't get me wrong, it's weird as hell.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
only getting weirder. Oh boy. Okay.
If the boxer in the picture is supposed to be the boss,
supposed
and
to
the
be
younger
him.
guy,
Yeah,
It is
like,
him.
he's a
Yeah.
good-looking dude.
yeah.
No, it's more coffee.
The speculation is that Bushnell Mullins is possibly a reference to Bushnell Keeler, close friend of David Lynch, who also was in his first 1967 home movie, Sailing with Bushnell Keeler.
Okay, now something's starting to make some
Yep.
sense to him. He's like, wait.
Mhm.
Somebody find coffee.
This is an insurance
Tim
company,
says
right?
it's a good weird.
Yeah, yeah. Wasn't Dougie the name of the little boy that Andy and Tremaine thought killed his parents? Was it? I think so.
No, that was Nikki.
Oh, Nikki. Yeah, okay.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
It's like this scene reminds me of there's some YouTubers I watch called Viva la Dirt League, and they do a scene, or they do a skit where there is a hero who says literally nothing, and like one of the other players will take him like to a general or something of a camp and say, I think this fighter would really be great for us to take over and save us. And it's like, and why should we have you in charge? And of course the character's not saying anything. Look at him, kind of cock his head. He goes, "You're right. You don't need words for this," or something. And it's like, and basically has the entire dialogue for him.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we will trust you with our armies and all that. It's just too funny.
Nobody
Hey,
liked my GIF.
Good night, Tim. I didn't see it.
It's okay. It's from
Oh
Child's
crap!
Play.
Just bring all the freaking crows and Bennett's while you're friggin' at it.
When did this turn into Justified?
That's how it works.
She's
Hollywood,
about to go into netter mode here.
studio accounting here.
Yep. Smart, huh? Well, they made some. They made. They made.
All righty then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this.
What are you going to do? Well, that I guess.
Well, he has muscles. He's probably not a weak. He's probably tough. Remember what Yoda said? Size
You know, in
matters.
Dungeons and Dragons, when they talk about a dwarf, that's what they're talking about.
Maybe you should run. Oh crap! He's gonna get rid of the witnesses, isn't he? I'm sorry. There have to be easier ways to take someone out. Like wait till she's alone.
But he's having fun. This is his shtick. His name is Ike the Spike.
He bent his all.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I think it's an ice pick. He does have a mini-me look to him, doesn't he?
Dude, you just ran over a kid, dude.
I mean, all I can say is he's got the right name, Richard.
Is there like an eyeball in
He's
the
a
radiator?
dick.
I mean, this is just what's yeah, you got mud up. You got mud on there, dude. You better get that off. You also have the witness that saw you.
That's not mud. That's raspberry jam.
Raspberry jam, yeah. Is he gonna use alcohol? Or is that some water in a bottle?
Yeah, that's alcohol abuse.
Yeah, that's really gonna do it.
Yeah, it is. He's going to leave a couple of clean spots to let him know that he cleaned it.
Rainstorm. It wasn't raining today, son.
It's Washington State. Give it 5
Would it
minutes.
make sense from the you should take it to a car wash and then start yelling at the kid doing the car wash, right?
Yeah.
Just hurry up! It's like there's Hawk.
So Lorraine's dead now, and now he has to go after Dougie, but he's got to fix his ice pick.
He's got to get that coin because it's the last time
It's
he
a
has
dime.
for the Coke machine, right? Or the coffee machine.
Oh no, it's not. It's
Buffalo head nickel.
no. Yeah, well,
I mean,
Indian head
Indian
nickel
head
with a
nickel,
buffalo
yeah.
on the other side, right?
I
See
always thought
this?
those were cool.
An Indian, like him, like his heritage, right?
and there's an
Look at
Indian
that.
on the door.
Is this
Miss Pierce
is this
manufacturing.
coincidence?
It's just a clue.
Well, yes, it is, but he's seeing a connection here.
and how the top of the door doesn't quite meet.
Like someone could just like
What's in
slip
there?
a piece of paper in there or something, you know?
Those are
Oh.
screws.
Could be anything in there.
How
Those
many
are-
people? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if those are screws, all he's got to do is unscrew them.
How many guys have sat on the crapper for 25 years not seeing that? Huh?
Oh, well, you see it and you just ignore it. You know, it's like
Maybe
I
bad maintenance.
I don't care. Someone's gonna have to take care of that, right? And those aren't screws; they're rivets. So he's got to open it this way. Just, in other words, he's saying, just leave me alone. Just walk away,
Hear this
Chad.
with the sheriff.
Don't be a jerk. Just leave. Yeah, you do
Hey.
that, Chad.
Asshole. He's the deputy sheriff.
You
Who
don't
are
like
you?
you don't like Chad, do you?
No,
No.
I know.
He doesn't like Chad. He doesn't like Richard.
But yeah, go bother Karen, Chad.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd look further and see if there's any more.
Well, he pulled the whole thing off of there, so.
Oh, here we go. I think I know that actress when she was younger, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he really needs to divorce this woman.
Like I could see them two being married when they were younger. She was a nice-looking lady, I think.
She's probably less high strung back then too.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder though what's happened with her that she's gotten like this.
And here's Karen.
She's got well, if you think about all the things that she's been complaining about, it's about a lack of control.
I wouldn't
You
take.
know?
Here we go. Look at that.
You just realized Chad is a douchebag?
Oh, no.
Oh man.
Oh, shoot him.
Oh, fuck you!
Take your coffee cup and throw it right at his head.
I know people who've killed themselves because of that shit. Fuck this guy.
What's his deal?
He's trying to be Elijah Wood.
Yeah.
Sharon Von Etten, folks.
Good night, Enigma.
Nate knows has a comment in the Cosby.
Yeah, I know. F Chad sideways.
Yeah.
I would say with a hot poker.
What band is this?
I don't know that the band has a name. The lead singer's name is Sharon Von Etten.
She's
Okay.
no Julie Cruz.
No, but nobody is.
I don't know. I like her.
The one thing I want to say is that a lot of the things you feel most strongly about do have payoffs later on. Things do tend to work out, so there you go.
Men, we have a mission. The present death of one Chad.
Yes.
I have You must be destroyed. Okay.
From
All right, I'm good.
a character standpoint, there's nothing subtle about the build up on Chad. So when I say you're not supposed to like him, that should be obvious. That should be very, very obvious. Also, Richard is a dick too. So just going to point that out as well.
So here we are. Now, of course, the big question we're left with is, what did Hawk find inside the door?
Papers.
But I can't say what...
Handwritten papers, by the way,
Oh!
that appear to have been torn out of
A diary,
of
maybe.
a diary, maybe. Yeah, exactly.
So, yes. There's that. Assuming that's what it is.
Yep.
It could be a recipe for some an icebox cake, right?
Yeah,
Translated Sage's
exactly.
expression. I don't know if that's that big of a spoiler. Maybe we spoil it for him.
That I was pages of the diary inside of the bathroom door. No,
What
I
would
did
you-
not see that coming.
What would you do if Hawk got all excited and went to go tell the other Sheriff Truman, and then Chad was like using them to like light a cigarette with or something, or like and then throws them out or something?
We have plenty of reasons to not like Chad. And you will have more reasons to not like Chad going forward, trust me. Trust me. But this one lays it on thick.
That's what I'm worried about. I do not trust any of these new characters, man. I don't trust any of them any farther than I can throw them.
I will say this about the new characters. Most of them are like you can compare to the older characters. There's things you're going to like about them. There's things you're not going to like about them. Even some of the characters that you don't like, yeah, you might kind of understand them a little bit as you find out more about their past and whatnot. Chad, no. Chad is a two-dimensional character. He's just an asshole. And I don't remember there being anything that even gives you a little sliver to be compassionate about him at all.
Well, the thing I'm noticing is in the original series, before Harry introduces Cooper to the Bookhouse Boys, he has that whole speech of, you've noticed that Twin Peaks is a little away from things, and that's just the way we like it.
Right.
In season 3, I feel like Twin Peaks is getting pulled more into quote unquote the real world, that they are not so far away from things in the way that they used to be.
Or whatever has made Twin Peaks a little different is seeping out into the rest of the world. consider that too as we go forward with this. I think that'll make more sense as we go.
So is this the last time we see Harry Dean Stanton?
Let me think. This was episode 6.
Mhm.
Oh no. We'll see him a couple more times.
Okay. Because I got the feeling they're setting him.
Oh, wait a
maybe
minute.
setting him up for
I take
something
that
great.
back.
No, it says he's in 5
I'm not
episodes.
sure.
It says here he's in 5 episodes, so I guess we'll see more of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking at his filmography. He was on an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents all the way back in 1960. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. I used to watch that show. He played himself on
Well,
Two and a
that's
Half
where they-
Men. Go ahead. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah, apparently he was on it as himself. That's interesting.
I'm going to share something with you.
Okay.
That I don't consider this a spoiler because I don't know of any place in the canon of Twin Peaks where this actually comes up. This is from a behind the scenes. Harry Dean Stanton's character is of course Carl Rod, right? That's the character's name.
Mhm.
Mark Frost has said that Rod was an original member of the Bookhouse Boys.
Oh.
It's another one of those things that makes you think, man, there's a prequel story here that we need.
Is that in the secret history? One of the books
I
you
don't-
told me not to read before season 3?
I don't remember. I honestly don't.
Hmm.
It might be.
Okay. And Helen Mirren.
Which would almost imply that. See, and now I'm projecting based on that. I am thinking that why does a Bookhouse Boy leave, and not be involved anymore? Something happened where it just became too much for him, and he just retired to, a trailer park, and just wants to be left alone.
Yeah, because that's Deer Meadow he's in, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I can tell you that in the secret history of Twin Peaks, little details like the fact that Carl graduated from high school in 1958, would mean like he was born around 1940. I don't know how that lines up with Harry Dean Stanton's age, but I'm sure it's probably close.
Twin Peaks to Bookhouse Boys. Netflix, get on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would want Netflix near it, but
I mean, I don't know. Maybe not. Netflix is a mixed bag. Sometimes we get good stuff out of them, sometimes we don't. Obviously, there's a lot more story with Richard to come.
Gets to be an even bigger dick.
Well, he's one of those characters that I compared to the characters from the original. You hate him, but then the more you find out about him, you realize there's a lot more going on in his background. He's, I mean, let's face it, he's probably got some mommy issues. If I was Richard, I know I would.
Maybe.
oh, who's his mother going to be? Don't tell me.
I have been very careful not to repeat his last name, but if you were to go back and watch the closing credits, you would know what Richard's last name is. That's a lot of the last names of characters. You only get the character's name from first name from dialogue. In some cases, you don't even get that. You only find out what the character name is by seeing who the actor played in the closing credits. So that's another little, hidden Easter egg, clue type of thing.
Oh, Snapple.
Ah, you just looked it up, didn't you?
Oh, holy smokes. Okay.
Holy shnikey.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nikes.
that just kicked things up a notch.
So you see why, he might have some mommy issues.
Oh, yeah, I got some of your mommy issues too there, son. Okay.
Right?
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't know what to do with this. Oh boy.
Yeah. So you can understand why he's a little screwed up.
Yeah.
Well, and there's still a whole lot of
who's
history.
his dad going to be though? Don't tell me.
Oh, no, it's
Hey.
it gets weird. It gets really weird. There's 30 years of history here that you're gonna get in drips and drabs, and you're gonna have a lot of background to fill in.
So are we to presume that the father is that pilot?
No, I can guarantee he's
Kind of looks like him.
Well, unless. Oh, good point. I see where you're going with that. Okay, got to be careful. No spoilers.
Hey.
No spoilers.
How's that spoiler if we don't know?
I would.
We do find out who his father is, and I do understand why you're guessing that, but there's a lot of tragedy involved here. I can't say anymore. I can't say anymore.
Well, speaking.
Yeah. It's because I know you've seen this through before and you might not remember. I will share with you after the stream ends.
Okay.
Hey,
Who his father is.
Speaking of tragedy, though, I do want to thank you, Troy, for not including the scene of the kid getting hit by the truck in the intro for the stream.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
right.
Good. Sorry.
I mean, yeah, no.
Someone else, another channel might have done that, but we had the good taste to leave that just to the episode, and that's it.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
did they?
that was
Okay.
I don't know, man. There's some problem characters on this show.
yeah.
What's his defense going to be? Hey, listen, accident. You throw me in jail, is that going to bring the kid back? No, let me go. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah, this is a big one. This is what I was saying. Don't die. It's said to Dougie by Mike, which implies to you that there is something going on with him. If he is in an in-between state that if he doesn't wake up from, he will die, right? But also you have, this whole situation with the unknown kid. We don't even know his name. We don't need to know his name. We don't need to know the backstory. All we needed to see was this wonderful afternoon that a mom and her kid were sharing, and suddenly he's snatched away from her, right? And Carl, there's nothing he can say. All he could do is go offer whatever support he could. And you could see he's affected by it because they touched him, Yeah. He saw them, he smiled. Life is good. Life is over.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of weird. This is Twin Peaks, right? There's a lot of weirdness, but there are moments where none of that matters. And you just realize this is how life is, right? Senseless things that make no sense to you. From some perspective, there's probably some sense to it. You know, the hit and run driver, you have no idea what's been going on in that person's life, where they came from, what happened. Not saying anything ever justifies any of this stuff, but all of these seemingly random things all have a history behind them that lead up to something.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I also wanted to point to, only because I know that there's going to be further development with it. So we're finding out more and more about Dougie Jones and his, history by inference. We're hearing a line here, a line there. We're finding out about his debt, his, what he did to end up in debt. He was seeing a professional, so to speak. Obviously, some dysfunction with his relationship in his marriage. And I think you could draw a lot of inferences by looking at Janie and the way she's obviously angry when she knows he's been cheating on her, right? She's a little surprised he doesn't even try to deny it, even, in quote, from her perspective, confessing the name of this girl, right?
Jade.
Jane.
And he smiles.
Jade, who gives two rides. I'll bet she does.
That was funny. That was a funny scene, that line with the two rides.
And after all the anger about being cheated on, all the anger that he got them in this situation with the gambling and whatnot, when she gets up to leave him to do his work, she kisses him on the forehead. And it's like, wow, this is a lot more complex than, I don't know. But like I said, I know that continues to develop and there is payoff to that, so I don't want to say too much about that, but you should take notice of that and should be interested. One of the phrases that Dale catches on and repeats, help Dougie, right? He's currently in the position of Dougie needing help. He needs help from the lodge to do anything, really. He needs help from the people around him to even be functional. Yeah. But also, he is helping Dougie. He is fixing the cracks in the lives that were left by the Dougie Tulpa, being here for however many years and then suddenly disappearing. So,
Sonny Jim.
Isn't that a great interaction between them? It's like it's a kid who needs his father, right? And he's probably getting more attention from the Dale element, than anything. He knows something's different, something's off, but something in a very good way from his perspective.
Regular Dale would give him probably better attention than his own dad, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. And I do want to point out, in reference to Sonny Jim, as well as Richard and anyone else where we know for certain who one of the parents is, we don't always know for certain who the other parent is. Just going to point that out too. So if you see, like in this case, we don't know for certain that Sonny Jim is Dougie's actual son. As far as he knows, he is, but we don't know that for sure, right? And don't think that I'm implying anything. I don't know either. I'm just gonna throw that out as a possibility. So when you do find out who Richard's mother is and you find out who she's married to, don't automatically assume that the person she's married to is the father of Richard.
Right. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. Yes, you do.
But we can't say anything for deleted scenes here.
It hurts so much because deleted scenes is going to do the same thing that I was just talking about earlier.
Yes.
When you find something out, and like the casting of who played Diane, you were surprised, but then you think about it and you're going, well, why the hell was I surprised? That should have been obvious, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's entirely possible, Nate. It could very well be that that he's adopted, right? At this point in it, we don't know. It doesn't matter ultimately, right? I mean, until the some piece of information says otherwise, he's their kid, you know. And the only time it matters is if something comes up that says he was adopted, or yes, Dougie's really his stepfather, or whatever, you know. So that's a good point to remember too. And sometimes you do have to get a little meta with some of these stories, right? It's like if they didn't say it and they haven't given you a clue, then it probably doesn't matter. But then when a little clue is dropped, it probably matters, but we can't figure out what the hell it means. It's kind of how this goes. It's the fun of it, right? You know, weird in a good way is how you put it, and I agree. That's why this is so much fun. This is why I enjoy it so much. I hope that you guys will too.
So what are you getting from the Balthasar Getty character?
Which one's Balthasar Getty?
He is the one who gave the drugs to Richard.
I'll find out.
Oh, him. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously he is kind of, I guess he's kind of filling the Leo role now.
Yeah, hold on.
I
Who
don't
does
know.
he play on Twin Peaks? His character's name is Red.
Oh, Red. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't want anyone else looking it up because he may get a spoiler if he looks at the cast. So yeah, let's not do that. Red.
Yeah, good point.
That's, I mean, this happened in real life. A father got a test because he suspects the kid wasn't his. Come to find out, kid was switched at birth. So neither were the parents. True story. That's a little. I get what you're going for, Nate, but I think that's maybe a little too complicated.
Well, one thing that Dougie's wife is probably impressed with is that her husband looks really good.
Yeah.
She
will take greater notice of that later. Yes.
And he'll be smiling a lot more.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. He'll have
Anyway,
reason
we
to
have
smile.
to. We right now she was just trying to get. She was trying to bargain down the Deddio. Did you notice that?
Yes.
She could have just given him the 50. Nope, not doing that.
I mean, in a very reasonable way, right? I mean, normally you can't usually bargain with people like this, right? But there is a certain logic to what she's saying. You know, you're getting your money back, you're making a profit. There's only so much you can get, right? Now, the criminal element would say, yeah, that's great. And now we're going to kick the crap out of you to send a message to everybody else, you know, not to screw with us. And just because we like it, because we're criminals, you know, and we get off on hurting people. But this isn't the last time you will see criminals be a little bit more reasonable and a little bit more impacted by the world around them than you would normally expect in the real world.
And good night, Curtis.
Yep, take care, Curtis. So, just, just chew on that one for the next couple weeks.
And we got to see Diane.
Yes. And
For
at least
whatever
her hair
reason,
was white and not purple.
For whatever reason, my memory of that episode that happened at the end of an episode. But when I'm watching it, no, that's like in the middle. For some reason, I thought it happened at the end of an episode. No, I was wrong.
Well, because you expect the dramatic reveal, right? Like that. But there's so much more happening, I will also say that the intent had been to reveal Diane, I believe, in Fire Walk With Me. And because of scheduling and whatnot, I don't know what she was working on at the time. She couldn't be in it. So, if I remember correctly, they do reference Diane as being off screen. Am I right? In Fire Walk With Me?
Yes.
So, like, she would have been there had Laura Dern been available. But she just wasn't. So this is our first reveal of her.
Nate says, I always thought Diane would be older for some reason. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Kyle MacLachlan was too young to be playing the character originally, too.
Right.
So...
Yes, they
do play with...
the actors are playing older characters. That's true for both Diane and Dale.
And for both Diane and Cooper, and then of course because you have his character. Well, you have Kyle MacLachlan interacting with these actors who are supposed to be playing high school students. I'm talking about the original show now. Interacting with these actors who are supposed to be playing high school students, and he's maybe 3 or 4 years older than they are, at most. And if not, maybe even the same age in a couple of cases. But I mean, that's just how they go. I mean, having like 30-year-olds playing high school students has been going on forever. Especially on television back then.
So we also have the introduction of a drug called Sparkle that we know is being trafficked through Red, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously Richard is addicted to it. I don't know this for a fact, but my speculation is that what's her name? Shelley's daughter. Anyway.
The Amanda Siegfried character.
Amanda Siegfried.
Right.
Yeah.
And that she and her boyfriend or husband or whatever are probably taking that same drug. They're also taking Sparkle.
Yeah.
I am speculating. This at this point, I'm not doing any reveals or any spoilers. Her
name is Becky Burnett.
Becky, right. This is just me still trying to, assemble a lot of these jigsaw pieces, but I have a feeling that Sparkle. Oh, and it's not just Richard and Becky and Becky's husband and whomever else. I think we're going to see a couple other people that are making use of this drug. This is outlandish, based on almost nothing. But my theory and speculation is that Sparkle gives you a little bit of that weirding way. Gives you a little bit of insight into the things that otherwise people only have insight to if they've been touched by the lodges. Right? The way Agent Cooper has been, the way Carl Rod was, right? People like Laura and Leland, whereas I feel like Laura used, let's face it, real drugs, right? Like cocaine and so forth, and alcohol and whatever else she did to avoid what she was dealing with from the torment she's getting from the supernatural realm. I think otherwise normies that are using this Sparkle are able to get some glimpses of the unnatural world, so to speak. And this could very well lead us into our discussion on Friday, when all of us on the panel will be talking about 2 more episodes of Outer Range, which has many, many similar and parallel themes to Twin Peaks.
There's a weird dream sequence in one of those episodes. I'm not going to say anything more, okay?
Oh, okay.
Oh, you haven't watched it yet?
And a drug that gives supernatural insight. So that might be why I'm drawing this kind of a connection.
Okay.
But the other thing, too, the clue that was in tonight's episode is the little trick that Red does with the coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, folks. That is not a sleight of hand trick. That is not an illusion trick. That is screwing with the coding of the Matrix type trick. Which is why I kind of feel like Red might have some Sparkle-induced abilities related to the supernatural in this.
Okay. Nate says Kyle MacLachlan was 30 when Twin Peaks started, and Laura Flynn Boyle was the youngest at 19. Oh. That somewhat complicates things, doesn't it? Okay. Interesting. That I did not know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the other thing, too. The difference in age between characters and the actors, and the difference in age between potential romantic partners, both in character and out of character.
And out, yeah.
So a lot of you potentially.
And you had a lot of good-looking people.
Yep.
Who were kind of a ways from home.
Yep.
So there you go.
But yeah, I think JPRPH1 is keying into what I was talking about too. That Red might be using a little too much of his product, but I think he's used just enough to have. Whoop.
Whoa.
Sorry, pardon me. Excuse me.
What the heck was that?
Oh. Okay.
I just knocked something over.
It scared me.
Okay,
Scared
yeah.
you. I'm 5 feet away from her. I thought something was falling.
But I'd forgotten that I printed something, so the drawer was out. But this is one weird show. You never know what's coming. That is part of the fun of it, Mark. I really think it is. it probably is best that they're 1 hour episodes and we're doing them, one a week, because there's just so much to dig into, and it does give you time to process it. But I mean, unless you guys can prompt me onto another, squirrel chase, I think that's all I got.
I think we've caught everything. Were there any weird animals this episode or anything like that?
No.
Not on screen.
Yeah, not on screen anyway. Yeah, exactly.
We had the school teacher and the fact that the pies have her name on it and all that.
Right.
But I think she'll be crucial because she saw someone drive away, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if nothing else, so there's another. I don't know if you want to call it a trope or recurring theme, but you have witnesses to a crime, right? And so we got Ike the Spike trying to make sure that he takes care of all those loose ends. Any witnesses get dead, right? Mm-hmm. Where you got Richard, who also knows that his crime was witnessed, but he's also dealing with his own guilt about it. So, we'll have to see what comes of that. Damn it, now I want pie.
Do you have pie in the house?
No.
Do you have
a
cake?
graham cracker crust and probably got some pie filling, but I don't think that would.
It's not gonna be ready.
Good.
It's not gonna be ready in time.
Oh,
I've
it's ready-made
got some-
crust.
Yeah.
Do you have ice cream in the house?
No.
No.
Do you have cookies?
I've got some Haagen-Dazs.
I was gonna make some cookies
coffee
this
flavored ice
weekend,
cream.
but we got I got waylaid by bacon roses.
Have a
Yes.
peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There's your pie.
You might be right there, yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with a PB&J, right?
No. Not at all.
Okay, there you go.
So that's it. That is the
Don't die.
just don't
Episode
die.
6. Yeah, I mean,
Guys, quit smoking. Don't ever start smoking. Don't do drugs.
No.
Don't get yourself stuck with an ice pick. Okay? These are just little helpful health tips that I wanted to share with you guys.
yes. I think of the words "don't die." I think of that scene from Good, the Bad, and the Ugly when Tuco's telling Blondie, "Don't die," after he had him do a long march to the desert and almost dying because now he knows where the gold is buried.
Yeah.
So don't die, Blondie. It's yeah.
I actually was thinking of Willow's line in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's in our charter. Don't get killed.
That's funny.
Oh, it's part of our mission statement. Don't get killed. That's what it was.
That makes sense.
Which one was that?
Willow in Buffy the Vampire
Don't
Slayer.
die. Don't get killed.
Oh.
Don't get killed.
No, my
It's in our
favorite.
mission statement. Don't get
No,
killed.
my favorite line from Buffy was still Xander when they're reading something and Xander says, "That sounds cryptid. Cryptid means someone usually gets hurt. That someone is usually me." And then like they do the reading and some demon pops out and I think he says, "You must be Mr. Cryptid," and then he punches Xander and he falls and I think he crashes into a table.
Actually, Xander's got some great lines in
Yes.
there. Where when in the one where they had Dracula and he
Yeah.
becomes like the Renfield character. He says, "I'm
Yes.
tired of being everybody's bunt monkey."
Well,
And then there's this just pause and Buffy's like, "Got it. No more butt monkey."
that's funny. That's funny.
My favorite line was from Spike. "Oh, I may be
What?
love's bitch, but at least I'm man enough to admit it."
Yeah. Actually, he gets a lot of great lines.
He does.
Very good
And that
actor.
whole, yeah, and that ending from the same episode with My Way.
Oh
He
yeah.
said this is version. Yeah, he's like halfway burned up because it's still daylight. He's just driving
Yeah.
off. He don't care no more. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without redemption. And I was like, oh man, it's so cool. Give Spike his own show, man.
Right?
Yeah.
He was Brainiac on Smallville.
Yeah.
Remember Clark Kent stabbed him at the end of the one season with the crystal. He says, "Thank you, you've opened the portal for Zod." And then General Zod possesses his spirit, possesses Lex Luthor, and it's all chaos at the bottom. And he's making out with Lana Lang as Clark is trapped in the Phantoms. And I'm thinking that was like the most terrifying Smallville finale ever, because it's like everything's gone horribly wrong. You know, just never mind. I talk about Smallville too much anyway. Okay. So hopefully we see more of Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
Last thing I saw her in was a horror movie with Kevin Bacon where they were in this weird house.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah. That's kind of a time
German
travel
thing.
story.
Yeah.
We were talking about time travel stories on Monday.
Oh, that you were never really
Stir of-
here or something.
Was that
like
Stir of Echoes?
No, that's
No.
not Stir of Echoes. That's a good one though, Stir of Echoes.
I couldn't. What was the name of that movie?
I forget.
You were never really here or something like that.
It's something along those lines.
You were never really here was Joaquin Phoenix. Oh, what was the name of that movie?
I don't know.
Oh, now I got to go look. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll
That
figure
was
it
the
out. I know I
one where
saw
it's in this weird house. Apparently that house really exists. It's one of these weird new model houses. I think it's in the UK somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just very strangely designed. It's the house itself is fascinating. I think they must have seen it in a book or something that says we have to film a horror movie in this weird house. Because it's not like a traditional haunted house. It's weird.
It's one of those things, and we get some of those elements here in Twin Peaks, and so many things. This idea, and you see it a lot in analog horror. You see it a lot in video games too. This idea of houses, buildings, whatever that have non-Euclidean geometry,
kind of like that. Yeah,
rooms that shouldn't be able to be there. You know, like you go into a room through a secret door or something, but if you were thinking about how the house is laid out, that room shouldn't be able to be here because there's something else there, you know?
It's one of those types of weird design houses, yeah.
You should have left.
You should have left.
You should have left, right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, they never listen, do they? Get out of the house, right?
No.
Well, that movie has a big twist ending that implies to you that maybe he never really had a choice.
No. Not to spoil things if people ever decide to watch it. Remember, he was married to he had a young wife in Amanda Seyfried, who was already in her 30s. But people always kind of raised their eyebrow that they had a kid together and all that. But yeah. All right.
All right. Well, I think that should about wrap it up for this week. Couple of surprises in there, especially for me putting two and two together in certain ways. And
wait, real quick, I did want to comment on Nate's comment about. Did you know that James Marsters, who played the Spike with a British accent, was so good when he met who played Giles? It was Anthony Stewart Head. And used the accent. He thought he really was English. Yeah, he was really good. He got a lot of compliments on that too. But it's just acting.
Yes.
all right. So once around the horn, Troy.
Yeah, let's see. Today's Tuesday. I don't have anything until Friday when all of you all will be on with me to talk about the next 2 episodes of Outer Range, one of which I've seen. Best episode thus far, in my opinion. It was pretty darn good.
Oh, the one we just
with
finished
Joy,
watching?
yeah, exactly. So one of the things about Outer Range, you have these thing, you find out that there's a bunch of story you're missing, and every now and again you'll get an episode that goes back and fills in those gaps for you. Real quick, I want to say, as long as you're focused on me, I'll say hi to Pickle and Peanut Butter 2566. Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for being here. We are just wrapping up. I watched half of season 2 yesterday. Again, so goofy after reveal, but I love it. Yeah. Well, we're so glad you're here. You might have to rewind and watch from the beginning to get our commentary on tonight's episode, but nonetheless, we so appreciate you being here. That's another thing I wanted to say to all of you guys. Unfortunately, some of you have already left, but all of you guys showing up that take the time to go to each one of our streams to hit the like button and leave a comment. You guys go above and beyond in the way that you support us. And honestly, when I say you guys are the reason we do this, that is what I'm talking about, Take care, Nate. I understand.
Yeah. Thank you.
So Friday night, that's what I got going. Otherwise, I'm guesting on everyone else's channel, and I'll let them talk about their own stuff. So Friday, last call with Troy Pacelli at 9 Central, 10 Eastern over on my channel.
Cool. All right. Nander.
Well, coming up on Thursday with my Thursday Things guest will be Farvithian Guard. We'll be talking about his book, and you'll get to know a little bit more about him and his channel. So I'm looking forward to having him on. He's a newer person. I don't know too much about him myself, so we all get to learn about him together. After that, let's see, I will be guesting on Everybody on the Brother Show. So Troy's Friday night last call, Big Al on Saturday for Films with Friends, Monday night at the movies with Troy Pacelli, and then back here again next Tuesday for another exciting episode of Twin Peaks. Oh, and if you guys want a sneak peek into the future, next Thursday, my special guest is going to be Enigma Severus.
Someone you guys might have seen around a little bit, maybe.
All right. Boomer.
I'll be on with you guys on Friday for Last Call with Troy Pacelli, where we'll talk about the next episodes of Outer Range. Then we'll return on Sunday with Geeky Geezers. And Troy's been sharing some interesting stories with me. Apparently, Rumble is going after somebody. The what do you call it?
They're going antitrust after the Googles and the YouTubes, and they are teaming up with X and Elon Musk. So things are going to get real interesting.
And there'll be other stories as well, especially considering the fact that price hikes for Disney Plus are coming. Are you excited?
This is we're going to have some things to talk about here, because this is
actually,
the timing is weird.
Actually, though, I did just send you a story during the Twin Peaks stream. There is apparently a new series being made by the people that made Monk, and it's another whodunit crime solving this series. The premise sounds interesting, so that might be something you can look forward to.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, that brings along over to myself. Let's see. Nothing planned for tomorrow, but I will be back Thursday. Weather and all things permitting, will be Action Theater, which is a show I co-host with the creator of that program, Outlaw Bill. And this week we are going to be joined by a special guest, Scotty R237, something like that. He's somebody I've seen in chats. I've never been on with him, but he's going to be joining us for for this week's show, and we are going to be watching Quentin Tarantino's Oscar-winning Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And let's see, right after Thursday Things at approximately 11:30 will be my weekend update program. We get to find out what I'm going to be doing throughout the next week. Let's see. Let's see. Sunday, 4 p.m., Western Cinema Presents. And we're going to be watching, what was it? Oh, yes, Dead Man with Johnny Depp. Then, of course, 8 o'clock will be my show, Unscripted. I don't have a topic yet. I better come up with one quick, though.
Something will come up between then and now.
I'm sure. And then, of course, Geeky Geezers right after that, 9 p.m. over on H. Boomer's channel. And then after that will be The Other Side of Midnight. Guests to be determined. Then right back here, same bad time, same bad channel, for part 7 of Twin Peaks: The Return. And then later on in that week, that Friday, I will be rejoining Big Al Presents for Films with Friends. I think it is next Friday or the Friday after, one of them. Some upcoming Friday.
It's got to be a week from Friday because this week
Friday
is his week on Saturday, where we will be watching The Time Machine on Big Al's channel. That's 9 Central, 10 Eastern. The Time Machine from 1960.
Mm-hmm. And I do know I will be rejoining him sometime very soon for Films with Friends, so stay tuned for that. And I might also be making an appearance on a certain Monday night show pretty soon as well, so stay tuned. Time and date to be determined. All right. Well, I would like to say thank you once again to everyone who followed along with us on Cosme and all of our live chats, and of course everyone who followed along on Twitter. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. So, folks, any last words before we wrap it up?
Stay safe out there.
Don't die.
Don't die. And watch when you're crossing the street, even if you think it's clear. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Heather.
Yes, sir.
Everybody,
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, everybody.
Well, y'all know that I always want everyone to make sure that they are sub to everyone on the panel as well as everyone in the chat. And if you think you're sub, please go back and double check you're still sub because YouTube. And with that said, we can talk amongst ourselves and that's all well, good and fun. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat and you're dropping comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And you guys, you know you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. You can be anywhere right now and you're here. And that means so much to all of us. It's so encouraging to see you in each of our streams. Not just encouraging us on the panel, but each other in the chat. I just love seeing each of you here, each of your faces, as it were. And just the way that you interact with each other is so great. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our family. And until next time, good night and God bless.
Right. And once again, thank you all for watching. We will return next week. Thinking about those who are in the path of the storm right now, and including our friend Connie Cleary, who unfortunately could not be with us tonight because her internet is down. So hopefully she'll be able to. We'll catch her up. Don't worry. All right. As I always say, from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond. Good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe, because this is how we win. Please head on over to 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. Toxic Tuesday returned tonight after their hiatus. The movie tonight is The Outlaw Josie Wales. So, live from Sparkwood and 21 Raid on Toxic Tuesday. The link is in all of the chats. It is pinned to the top of mine. So head on over there and say hello. Let Nick know we sent you.
Future for this past.
No, jest królem.
Ha 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 ha!